Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I wanted to do just a little quick review on the 2018 holiday horse, which is Celestine, and I got her for Christmas and she was a surprise. I was not expecting to get her, but when I saw her I just fell in love with her right away. Now, when Celestine first came out and I saw pictures of her online, I personally was not a fan of her. I'm typically not a fan of models that don't have a realistic look to them, such as decorators or metallic models or anything like that. But when I saw her in person, she really grew on me like instantly, and I immediately fell in love with her. She's just such a beautiful model. Starting off with her tack, I think her tack that she has on her is absolutely beautiful. I think Breyer did a really amazing job on the tack for this holiday horse. She has a bunch of beautiful crystals. She has all this beading. She has these really beautiful, almost pearly like roses along her girth thing, Jiggy Bobber. And they have these beautiful gold leaves around them, which I think is just a really nice touch. And you guys know I love gold, and I just think it really pops. The gold really pops from the rest of her tack. She also has this bridle, which has little pearls all along it, really tiny pearls. They kind of just cover both sides of her face real nicely. And she has this beautiful headpiece. It has this really nice icy blue feather, and behind it is a nice white feather, which is longer. And along it just has all this beading, and it's just really beautiful. And along her mane she has this really cool, it kind of reminds me of the medieval horses, the armor they would wear. She has this like almost armor looking like design going down her mane, and it looks really cool, and it has these little flowers with a blue crystal inside, and it looks really nice. And on her tail she has this little ribbon like thing that wraps around her tail, and it has a crystal on it, or a diamond, I guess you could say, with the crystal hanging on it, and it just looks really nice. It's a really nice touch how they decided to do something with her tail and just not focus on her body. And along her butt she has this really nice piece. It has all sorts of like woven like braiding going on with pearls and more of the gold leaf that we saw earlier from the roses, and it has little pearls all along it and with a big stone right in the middle, and it's just really beautiful. Now, in terms of taking the tack off, I will admit that it was pretty tricky for me to take her tack off. You're gonna have to cut it off, the reins. You're gonna have to cut the reins off of it, and when you do this, you're in no way damaging the tack or any of that. It's kind of just something you have to do if you want to take the tack off, because if you don't cut the reins off from her tack on her body, it's pretty much impossible taking your tack off. But once you take that off, it's really pretty much straightforward. And another thing I struggled with was taking off the ribbon like part around her tail, and putting it back on was just a little tricky because it doesn't stay as tight as it does when it's first on her. But again, it's nothing like, you know, too serious or anything like that. But when you finally get to take all the tack off of the model, you finally are able to see the real finish of the model. And she honestly has this it's not very metallic, but it is metallic, and it's almost like pearlescent in a way, and it's more blue. I feel like I've seen pictures of her, she looks almost purple, but in person she has a more bluish finish to her, really sheen, really pretty, very pearly. And again, I'm usually not a fan of these kind of models with a unrealistic finish, but on her it really brings her whole look together. And on her belly, I have noticed that the newer Breyer models don't usually have they have the made in China stickers on them, which I find weird. Not weird, but it's new. The newer Breyer models have that, and they don't have a VIN number on their hooves anymore. If you would notice on the older Breyer models, they have a VIN number on their hoof. I noticed the newer ones don't. They just have a made in China sticker on their belly, which is, you know, it's different, but whatever. And on her belly, she also has a little writing that says Happy Holidays 2018, which I think is really cute. I really like when models have something on their belly. Now, as far as photography and cinematography for this model, she is absolutely amazing. I have yet to take her out to take pictures, but I feel like if you are someone who lives in an area where it snows a lot, she would be beautiful because since she isn't just a white model, you're not really shooting a white model with snow, because that kind of just, it's white on white. Since she does have this really nice grayish, bluish metallic finish, I feel like she would really stand out beautifully with snow behind her in the background. I live in Texas, so we don't really get snow too much here, but nonetheless, she's definitely a really nice model for photography. And as far as filming, I have yet to film with her, but again, I'm sure it's no different from photography. I'm sure she would just look beautiful on screen. One thing that really stands out about this model is her eyes. Her eyes are done really nicely, first of all. And the color of them, they're like this grayish blue, like a very, very muted blue, pretty much gray. And it just looks beautiful. I just love how Breyer didn't just do blue eyes. I feel like it just wouldn't have looked good on her. I liked how they did this really nice muted grayish blue, because it makes her face stand out a lot more. From far away, you can really just see her eyes. They really did a nice job on her eyes. I love her eyes. Now, the actual size of this model, I have noticed that she is very tiny. She's borderline like the size of a classic. Like, I'm talking like Brookside Pink Magnum tiny. She's very small, and if you would see in a picture of her compared to Paint Me Pepto, she's just so small. But again, nothing bad. It's just an observation. I do like smaller models. I don't really, discriminate the size of Breyer Traditionals. I really don't care. I love Brookside Pete Magnum. I love her, and I love, of course, your bigger models, your bigger draft models. But if you're someone who just doesn't like smaller model horses, like Brookside Peak Magnum and horses like that, then I don't think she would be for you. But I mean, in terms of her tack and just her craftsmanship, I really do think you should give her a chance. She's small, but she is just beautiful. And since she is so small, I do think she would be a lot easier to film with and to take pictures with. That's just my opinion. Now, overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give her a 9, simply because her tack is a little tricky to get off, and also because she does have that luminescent metallic finish, which is something I'm usually not a fan of, but I do like. And this is me being like super picky. Like, I would honestly give her a 10 out of 10, but of course, I do have to give her some type of criticism, because there are people out there who appreciate it and really think that no model is perfect. So I would give her a 9 out of 10. I just really love this model a lot, and I'm going to have a link in the description on where you can buy this model. Christmas may be over, but like, I would honestly, if I didn't have her, I would still get her, because I mean, even though Christmas is over, I would still get this model because she's just beautiful. I really like her a lot. So that concludes my review of the 2018 holiday horse Celestine, and her name is just really beautiful too. Like, it just fits her perfectly. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below any of your thoughts, questions, or concerns. What do you guys think of this model? I would love to know if you have her, or if you don't have her. Just what do you guys think about her? And yeah, so thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video, whatever that may be. I plan on uploading the final part of my painting a Leopard Appaloosa little series that I'm doing. Part 5 will be the final part of it, so it'll be done with and over. I'm really excited for you guys to see the final product of my horse that I painted. He is currently for sale. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will already know. But yeah, so thanks again for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you are watching this. Don't forget to stay gold, and I will see you all in my next video.